You're watching a Big Z review. Undertone is the newest A24 slow burn horror film that has been overhyped endlessly as being the new scariest movie, and it's just okay.
Welcome to the Undertone podcast, where we talk about all things creepy. I'm your in-house skeptic, Evie Babbage, and my believer co-host says he has a real treat for us today.
We're listening to 10 mysterious audio recordings from an anonymous email.
So this is written and directed by Ian Tuason, and this is his debut film. Previously, he's just done like some short films, and he is actually slated to do the next Paranormal Activity movie in 2027. And the direction of this film is part of its stronger aspects. I just think that this wasn't quite enough for me in this. Like, you're really relying completely on the main actress, Nina Kiri, as Evie. And it is just her throughout the whole film. I'm like, there is her mom, played by Michelle Duaquette, and she just plays like a comatose old woman that's constantly doing the dying breaths. And then there's like Adam DeMarco as Justin, which is just her podcast host. And that's the thing. One of the weakest parts is that their podcast, like what we hear of it, they do like a horror podcast. And Justin had got like an email with these 10 audio files where like the husband's recording the wife while she's like talking in her sleep and creepy things happen. And I think my biggest problem is it would not be a good podcast. Like, if this was a real podcast, I don't think it would be very popular. Just because, like, what we see, we get, like, bit by bits. Like, they record for, like, 10 minutes. And, like, okay, I think we're done. We'll do another day. It's like, geez, you guys should really finish the week's podcast by now. Of course, they have to do that because creepy things have to happen in between the reading of the different audio files. So Evie plays like the skeptic, and Justin plays the believer in their like podcasting horror team. And I just feel like she doesn't do that good at her job. You know, it's just not that good of a podcast. And so much of the selling of this is how is all the horror, is all the sounds. It's like, and I expect it to be like interesting sounds or like well done, like the gimmick for it to be interesting. But there's nothing, none of the sounds are interesting. You know, it's really just like, ooh, did you know that child nursery rhymes and songs are actually creepy? Wait, let me play this backwards. Isn't that creepy? And then there's like other stuff where it's just like, oh, there's a demon voice. It's a demon voice. And the funny thing is the demon voice is like a dude, and it's like overlaid upon the women talking. But like the whole idea of this demon is supposed to be like a woman that kills babies. It's like that used to be a woman that kills babies. That's like an ancient human being that became a demon after she was murdered, like for killing a bunch of babies. I just feel like it didn't deliver on all the, like when you do a slow burn film, like it needs to have something like actually the climax has to be worth all of the slow burn. And I just feel like this does have like a crazy climax, but it's just kind of stupid. Especially because like I like what they're talking about. It seems like they're doing, but then they don't actually do it with stuff with the mom. And it's like, oh, I thought there'd be, oh, cool, but no, she's talking about emotionally, not the other way. And I don't want to spoil right now, but like, I feel they didn't do exactly right. And at the same time, like the last part of the podcast, they're like taking in calls and like, what kind of, it feels odd. And I think it's just, I don't know enough about Evie. Like, I spend the whole movie with her, but all she ever does is like wander around the house, like slightly take care of her mom. That's like should be in a gateway house, like a hospice care. Like she cleans her a little bit, and then just like lets her do whatever she wants to do, and like doesn't even try to make her drink. Eh, but like, and this other stuff, like when the only time we actually get to know about her is like during the beginning of the podcast when they're like they shoot the shit a little. We get like a tiny bit of info about her, and then like when she gets a tiny bit of info when she calls the doctor, it's like, "Yo, doc, I raw dogged a dude a couple of weeks ago, and I think I might be pregnant. You want to hit me with a pregnancy test instead of just doing an over the counter one?" And it's related, of course, because the demon is known to cause miscarriages, but they never really even go into that aspect much. But it's just there's just not much here. But I like some of the creepy things, like while they listen to the different audio files, and like the camera is like going around and looking at the house, and like behind her there's like a light goes out or a light flickers, and like that stuff is really well done, and I liked a lot of that. But it's just that like nothing ever really came from it. Like there wasn't actually any ever a big scare, not even like a jump scare. There's like no scare in it. Like they didn't do like really any jump scares at all. And I don't need jump scares. Well, I like jump scares a lot of time. But even like it's all the ones where like, one of my biggest pet peeves with horror films is that when they have a scare, they have like a creepy stuff going on, but the character in a story doesn't even see it. Like that, my biggest pet peeve with horror films that do that all the time is that like, who are the ghosts trying to scare? The viewer? Like, what does the ghost or demon care about me who's watching a film? Like, it kind of breaks the fourth wall a little bit when like the person that's being haunted doesn't even see the scary thing. So it's like, well, what's the fucking point of it then? And it's also another movie that really goes into she's the woman's descending into madness. What's real? I don't know. Like it's just that all is kind of overdone, and it's just not special. And I think too, if I just saw this without any of the hype, who knows? Maybe I might have liked it more. Although going to the theater to see it, if I saw it at home, I think I had better chances to like it. But going to a theater to see it and having all these people hype it so much, like A24, their whole thing of hyping everything they're so good at it. But there's too often the movies don't deliver on the hype. And this one is just kind of fine. I'll probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10. But thanks for watching. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe down below. Thanks.